All right. You ready to start the final topic?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do it. The final topic this week is going to be the return of Victor Oladipo after his weird, mysterious injury that no one's ever had in the NBA's history. Victor Oladipo going to be returning on the 29th. Right now, the Indiana Pacers sit at 29-16. They're 10.5 games back of the Milwaukee Bucks. No one's chasing them, or no one's going to catch them, but they are only 2 games back of the 2 seed. Miami and Toronto are currently tied at 31-14 of that, so it is in reach, and they're getting an all-star guard back. Indiana so far has dealt with a lot of injuries as well, but they've been able to weather every single storm. Dave, what do you think? Because I know you were an Indiana Pacer hater going into this year, and you're wrong. What do you think about Victor Oladipo adding or coming back to this team, and what do you think is going to be the end result?
Look, I was hating on them because I didn't expect Malcolm Brogdon to play as well as he has played without another fantastic player next to him. And it turns out that Domantas Sabonis is an excellent player, even better than I had hoped. He's looking like a version of his daddy, adding that outside shot, though, which is just the growth from Sabonis is fantastic. But no, Malcolm Brogdon's played great. This whole team has come together. The buckets from T.J. Warren's been super helpful. I still think he's not a great player, but whatever.
T.J. Warren, Derek Favors, my Hall of Famers.
Yep.
Retire the jerseys.
No, Vic's gonna be pretty good. I'm just afraid of where he's gonna come back at health wise and how good he's gonna be, because we saw year over year he peaked and then it's been okay. I'm just saying he had his breakout year and then after that he fell off a little. Mm-hmm. So are they gonna be good? Yes, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be a top 4 team in the East probably. There's a chance. I think it's just a question of Victor Oladipo, is he going to come back on a 20, 25, 30-minute restriction over the final month and a half of the season? Or what? I guess I don't even know what to expect on him. Do you think coming off this injury, I know he's getting some run right now, but do you think that they're going to put him back in there more than 20 minutes a night for the first bit, or do you think it's going to be a slow work in?
Mm-hmm. I think that they're likely going to slowly work him in, and then probably past All-Star break, they fire him up. He says he was way stronger than he was before, especially mentally. So that's good to see and him having that confidence. But I mean, what player has never said that? What player is oh yeah, I'm pretty mentally weak. I'm a bold boy. Strong breeze can knock me over. So I don't think that's gonna really be the case there. I think that they're probably gonna work him in. I don't think he's gonna be playing 34 minutes like he did that one great season 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
like he did.
He popped off so fucking hard.
I think he'll probably start at 20 minutes and then they'll work him up. And by All-Star break, I think he'll probably be playing at least 28 minutes per game.
Okay.
I mean, if he's coming back, he's coming back. He's coming back to a playoff team. So you gotta be able to be effective.
I get you.
And I truly disagree with you. Yes, he started to have that dip from 2017 to 2018,
he was
2018,
such
2019.
The guy on that Pacers team when he got traded over, that it was oh shit, we're seeing a superstar be born, and then he came back down to earth.
But here's the thing, is I do think that now with Brogdon and Sabonis' growth, I think you're going to see that efficiency return. Where last year that kind of dipped off, he was at 42, 34, and 73.
They had some issues with that roster.
He's going to hold less of a load. I hate saying that word because you guys always laugh at it. He's going to hold less of a load than he did in 2018, 2019.
Can't handle his load?
I think that he's going to be able to find more space to also work with. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that he shoots 45% from the field, 35% from 3, back at 80% from the line, and puts up 20 points per game and goes 25-5 and with 2 steals, because that's what he was pretty much averaging throughout his whole career. He's at 1.7, 2.4. So I think he could be in that area of 25-5, being more efficient than he was last year because of Brogdon's help, because of T.J. Warren's help, because of Miles Turner's help, because of Domantas Sabonis' help. This team is much better than it ever was with him on it, and he is a guy that I think is okay with being the star, but also very okay with playing within the team. And Nate McMillan deserves so much fucking credit for this team.
Yeah.
I love what he's been able to do. Yeah.
And he's found a way to make everything fit.
The Holiday brothers have been great for them. Miles Turner's been good.
McDermott was a flamethrower a couple nights ago.
Sabonis has been good. Yeah, and McDermott can get hot. So I truly think that if he's able to come in and be efficient, I think that the points will come just because of his athleticism. He's been a good passer before. He's always been a good defender. I truly think that this team could be the second best team in the East.
I mean, they're 2 games separates second from 6th place in the East right now. Mm-hmm. It's crazy how close it is. I'm with you. Like my big question for this team has always been like when he comes back, what will Victor Oladipo look like, and will he still have that top end defensive ability to jump passes, to be an active team defender? Like, is he still going to have that? Is he going to take a step back? What do you think, Ricky?
With me, I'm more thinking about. I didn't even think about them making a rise in the playoff standings. I was thinking, okay, there's always the question of a guy coming back from injury. Will he be the same?
Right.
But even if he does add to the team, I'm thinking playoffs. What team with Vic would be the best matchup? And there's a part of me, I didn't think about them going up. I thought about them possibly going down because there's only a half game between them and the Sixers. So I was thinking about those two teams swapping. And for me, yes, the Raptors and Heat are tied. Yes, the Raptors and Heat are only a half a game above the Sixers, so all this
And
can
the Celtics.
change. I feel like the best matchup for them, maybe a team like the Raptors, where Vic can maybe take over that series. You've got a deep team like the Pacers, and you're going to have a Raptors team that, yeah, they were here in the finals last year, but they're without their fearless leader. Like, what are they going to be like in the playoffs without Kawhi Leonard when they don't have Kawhi Leonard to lean on in those big moments? I'd rather go up against a team like that than a team like the Miami Heat, who have a flamethrower in Jimmy Butler, who can take over a game late in the fourth. A team like Boston that we could see good Boston, we could see bad Boston, but I think in the playoffs we're going to see good Boston. Like, I'm thinking the Raptors may be the team with Vic that I want them to see in the playoffs for their success.
Yeah.
Plus, the thing that I'm thinking for the Pacers is with Vic, if they rise up, they either have to, in my mind, rise up to 2 or 3 or fall down to 6, because then you can avoid the Bucks until the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, Dave, you're kind of humming and hawing over there.
Yeah.
What'd you take away from that?
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler's not a flamethrower. He's had his worst shooting year of ever.
I mean, like closer.
Yes,
like
but
can take over the game in the fourth.
Yeah.
That phrase is used for shooters. It's used for shooters. He's a scorer, and he's not efficient this year. He's great from the line.
Can catch
though.
fire.
He's great from the
All-star
line.
snub.
He'll be an all-star.
Well, starter snub.
He was never the most popular
I like how
player.
you're saying he's great from the line, yet this is his worst.
Really?
This is his
Wow.
worst shooting percentage from the line since he was 2013, 2014.
He just feels like he gets there a lot.
This is the most he's ever been to the
Okay.
line. 9.6, but he's a career 83.4% shooters at 82.9.
Gotcha. I like the matchup with the Celtics actually, personally, but I don't see this team falling. I think that this whole 2 through 6 jumble could go anywhere. The Raptors are an interesting one because Kyle Lowry has seemingly righted himself and everything looks great. He looks like he's in great shape. Pascal Siakam grown exactly what we expected him to be after last season. He's picked up from where he left off, I should say.
Yeah.
And Norman Powell's come out of nowhere post-injury and been absolutely fantastic for them, scoring over 20 points a night in his last, I think, 7 games or 11 games. Yeah, they're an interesting matchup. I just don't like the Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka versus Turner and Sabonis combo. I think I like taking advantage of a team like the Boston Celtics, where you have 2 bigs and you have Victor Oladipo who can come in and slow Kemba down. Where in that first matchup, Kemba was able to run roughshod over them. They've only played 1 time so far this year. They do have a couple matchups coming up, so it'll be interesting to see where that kind of lands them. But I really like the matchup of them versus the Boston Celtics.
It's so weird because I don't like that matchup, and it's funny because you look at every single team and you could look at how they're breaked up. Bucks are a great team with the best player in the conference, right?
Yes.
You got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Miami, also a great team, just kind of a worse team of the Bucks. Like they
just have depth.
They have a ton of depth. But the Bucks have a ton of depth as well. But a big part of them is, they both play fairly similar space, pace, all that stuff. Toronto, great depth, really heavy on the bigs. Pascal Siakam, Gasol, Ibaka. Celtics, it's wing depth. Feels like with the Pacers, it's guard depth, right? And they do obviously have Sabonis and
They
Turner.
got 2 good bigs. They got 2 good guards.
But they don't have good
no
traditional
wings.
bigs.
They got
right?
no wings.
They don't have no wings. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like lack of wings for the Pacers, but you got big in guards, right? Boston, good guards, good wings. Toronto, okay wings, good bigs. If you want to count Siakam as a wing, that's fine. But they're kind of thin there outside of him and OG. And then guards, you got Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry. I think it's just super interesting. And then you also look at the Sixers, too. They got, two bigs in Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, and then mush, where everything else is all right. You got Josh
Toby,
Richardson,
Josh Hart, Al Horford.
Who'd you say?
Al Horford.
No, but who'd you say before that?
Toby?
Oh, Toby. I think you said Josh Hart.
I might have said Josh Hart when I meant Josh Richardson.
Yeah, I heard Josh Hart.
I might have said Josh Hart. I meant Josh Richardson.
So I just find it easy that or weird that you have these mixes of teams that are they have their pockets and their niches that are really good in.
Yeah.
Right? It was that's the reason why Toronto beat Philly last year was because they had Gasol. They made that trade for Gasol too. So it's I wonder if Vic coming back would change that, at least give them a little bit of a boost, because if they're going up against Boston, I think they'd absolutely kill down low. Sabonis would run roughshod over Enes Kanter, and then you get to stretch out everybody else with Miles Turner Turner's ability. But then again, I think they get eaten up by the wings. You have Gordon Hayward, you have Jason Tatum, you have Jaylen Brown, you have Kemba Walker. I think that they'd be able just to kill him with length in that aspect. So I would wonder, what would they be doing? And maybe they would go super small on them and try to run Sabonis out of the game and have Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. So maybe they'd get absolutely murdered because you have Sabonis out there, but maybe if you play with enough speed, you can possibly cause a ton of turnovers. Because you see with Jason Tatum, Tatum's just jumping everything, every route. And if you have Brown play with that ability, I think that there's a way that the Celtics win that matchup. The matchup I really like them up against is Toronto, because I think they would kill them with their speed.
Toronto, I just don't know who's slowing down Pascal Siakam. And I know that's do you want to say he's that level of a scorer yet or over people, but if TJ Warren's out there, he's getting roasted, right?
Yeah, but I think Sabonis might be able to keep up with him. Or Turner. Turner's a great defender.
Turner's your best hope by far. He's your best hope. It's just I don't know if it's enough. I don't know. It's an interesting matchup one way or the other, but
I don't know what matchup they completely flat out lose.
Yeah.
Because with Giannis, you just have to slow down Giannis, which is not easy, but then also, or not slow down Giannis, you just have to let Giannis beat you. You have to close out everybody else.
Yep.
The iffy one is then who guards Chris Mid. So, and that one I don't know if they have an answer to.
Yeah, I mean, they've got one great defender in Victor Oladipo, Miles Turner after that. So like we said, it's a 2-5, defender, and then right now everybody who has great wings, what can they do against you? I would try to force. It's tough. It's tough. I think they can make
it's just interesting. I'm glad that there's 6 great teams in the NBA East.
True. That's a good problem to have. It's a very good problem to have. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I just don't want to see them against the Sixers, I'll be honest with you.
Why?
That's the one that I just... I'm assuming that...
You think Embiid would beat the shit out of
Embiid versus
Turner?
Sabonis and Turner is not going to work out well in their favor.
Sabonis might have a better shot than Turner.
Yeah, we'll see.
Then you go to Horford and Embiid, and that's where they win. Because you're going to have Sabonis on likely Embiid then, and then you're going to have Horford clear out Turner, so even then the help defense is not going to be there.
Yeah. So far they're 2-1 during the regular season, but I don't know. It's still one of those matchups.
Pacers?
The Pacers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
don't know who's been healthy. I'll be honest, I'm just flipping through their boxes at the moment. But yeah.
But even then, it's a new team.
Yep.
What do you think about Pacers been quiet?
With me, the whole thing is, first, I've just loved the conversation. I don't even think the Sixers and the Pacers are going to, I know you say that it's a worry. I don't see it happening. I don't see both the Sixers and the Pacers moving up, and one of the teams, either Miami,
it's not even
Boston,
a full game difference. That's my thought. You can't lock in teams when there's literally
you can lock
two
in,
games.
You can lock in a team.
One team.
You can lock in the Bucks.
Yeah, and I mean the thing I'm saying is
you can lock in all 6 into playoff spots, and you can lock in the Bucks into 1.
Both of those teams going on a run. If anything, it's one of those teams will go on a run and knock a team down. I don't see a team like Boston falling below the Pacers and the 76ers.
So they're not going to lose 2 games.
Yeah.
The Pacers are returning near all-star talent, and they're not going to go up, or the 76ers are going to get a healthy Joel Embiid? That's the question mark,
I would
guess.
put my money on the Pacers being the team of the 2 with Philly and Indy. The Pacers would be my bet to move up the rankings before the 76ers.
So they could 3-6 it?
Here, let's just do this.
They could, but I see the Pacers are either going to go on a magical run to where they're the 2 seed, or they're just going to move up to the 4.
We're a little past midway. Mm-hmm. Give me your playoff spots in the East. We haven't done this. I'm surprised we haven't.
Yeah,
I'll say
give me
Milwaukee
your East.
at 1.
Shocker.
I'll say Miami at 2.
Okay.
Toronto.
Are you just reading off the standings?
No, I'm thinking Miami. I think has been on a heater this year. I think that
they're good
have
at home.
enough
They suck everywhere else.
I think they'll be able to lock down that 2nd seed. It's the Raptors to me. They've been 8 of 2 in their last 2. I almost want to put them at 3 because I feel like they're going to be that good regular season team, but in the playoff may see a little bit of struggles when a team can match up with them and game plan for them in a 7-game series. I'll flip Toronto and Boston. So I'll say Milwaukee, Miami, Boston, Toronto, Indy, and then Philly. So really the only 2 I have flipping is Toronto and Boston.
Dave.
Bucks, Raptors, Pacers, Heat, Celtics, Sixers. Kill the rest of the East.
And then, I'm sorry, Magic Bulls.
You've beaten one team with a 500 record.
give me the Bulls in the playoffs at the 8th seed. My 7th seed will be the Nets. I think I got the Magic falling out for literally no reason.
All right, I'll take shocker Bucks at 1.
Are they going to win 70? Yeah, right. Unless Giannis just stops playing it altogether.
No,
I think his minutes go down to 20 a game.
They would need to go 30-3. Right? No. I don't know how to do math.
Yeah, that is.
They would need to go. No, they would need to go.
Because it's
6 and 6. Yeah, 30-6.
30-6, which is not too far off their 40-6, considering they're 9-1 in the last 10.
We could do that. All right. They're number 1 no matter what.
Yeah.
They're number 1. I'll take Toronto at 2.
Yeah.
They've played a tough schedule and they're 31-14.
And they haven't been healthy the whole season.
Yeah, I'll take Indiana at my 3 seed. Then I'll take the Heat. Then I'll take Boston. Then I'll take Philly.
What do you agree, podcast?
Then I'll take Magic Nets, I guess. I don't really care.
All right.
I want to see Fultz in the playoffs, so give me Magic Nets.
Okay.
And then I want to see Kyrie blown out by Giannis.
Thanks.
So there we go.
Okay.
That's our East. Let us know your East down in the comments below. And we think that Victor Oladipo can
He's
add,
a great addition back. It's just going to be interesting to see the matchups.
Not many teams just add a all-star for no price.
I do want to throw out Diamond in Twitch chat and Demon King. Diamond says Bucks, Celtics, 76ers, then Miami, Indy, Toronto, Brooklyn, and then Detroit sneaking in there with the 8th seed.
Get out of here with your Detroit.
And then Demon King says Bucks at 1, Heat at 2, Pacers at 3, so he's got them coming up. Raptors at 4, Sixers at 5, Boston at 6. And then he said 7, Nets and Magic. I think he meant 8 for the Magic, but Nets at 7, Magic at 8.
He means that they're going to both be the 7th seed, and then that the Bucks get a bye, and that they both have to play Miami. It's going to be a triple threat in the first round.
10 on 5?
Yeah. 10.
And
No,
I
5 on 5 on 5. They're going to put in a third basket.
And Diamond puts D-Rose playoff. I almost want to kind of say, for the Lakers.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for the Fast Break podcast. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it on twitch.tv/MostValuable If you're watching on YouTube, you're listening to the podcast, we appreciate you as well. Don't forget to check out patreon.com/MostValuablePodcast. We appreciate everybody coming up. If you guys want to throw up the patrons again, we want to thank Sam as well for being on Superfans. This was on the stream before, but we do want to thank him. We want to thank Demon King, we know he's a patron. He's been in here. Sam's been in here. We appreciate you guys being up in here. We appreciate Diamond as well. That's a new name. It's good to see new names pop up. But clearly he's been a fan. He's been dropping some stuff that we've talked about before. So shout out to Diamond. And then am I missing anybody else? And that's been in the Twitch chat. Kingy.
Yep.
Shout out to the King.
Eric earlier for super fans.
Eric earlier as well. I think there's been a couple.
Been on the fast break before.
There's been a couple more as well. So I just closed out of Twitch. So that's my fault. But thank you for everybody that has participated in the Twitch chat. And again, if you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you very much. It appreciates it. But for Ricky Widmer, Dave Oster, I'm Sean Anderson. We'll see you next time.